The senator from Eastern Fairfax County, Senator Surovell.
Speaking against the bill, Mr. President.
Senator has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, I'm kind of an odd duck, I feel like, sometimes in this state. I'm half redneck and I'm half Jew. And I'm 12th generation on one side, 12th generation Virginia on one side, and the other side, third. I got one grandmother thought Harry Byrd walked on water and saved the state, and I got another grandmother who thought he was the devil incarnate. And the reason she felt that way was because when my grandparents moved here from Brooklyn, looking for a job during the Great Depression in 1935, they moved to Fairfax County. And back then, Fairfax County had about 35,000, 40,000 people in it. Led the state in dairy production. That's what Fairfax was known for, was its milk and its cheese that it created for the city of Washington. And, you know, the stories that I was told by my grandmother, my grandfather died when I was 5, but the stories that I was told by my grandmother about what life was like when she moved to the county, coming down here with a different accent, with different clothes, with different manners, with different habits, moving into a county that was completely rural, living in a farmhouse on this little dirt road called Gallows Road, which you might have heard of. They weren't treated very well. They were poll taxed, they were literacy tested, they were looked at funny because they weren't like everybody else who was here. They were different. And that made a big impression on her. And it made a big impression on her children and her children's children because they felt like they were not welcome. And I've been looking at this bill and the other one we just passed a moment ago. And this legislation, it's interesting. I mean, as a lawyer, it'll be a dream for lawyers because I don't know what it means. I don't know how a judge would ever enforce it, but it looks like a lot of litigation opportunity for me, which to me means a lot of business. But it's not really enforceable the way it's written. Which leads me to question, what's the point? Why are we putting this on the books? For example, one reason I still don't even understand yet is whether or not even waive sovereign immunity, which would be a massive change in Virginia law. The way I read it, sovereign immunity wouldn't apply anymore in these kinds of situations. But putting that aside, it's clear to me that the reason this legislation is in here is we obviously have a trend, and it's a trend that's been going on for about the last 10 years politically in this country. It is to send a message. And those of us who represent Prince William County and those of us in Northern Virginia are very familiar with that message because we heard it 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago in Prince William County. Prince William County sent a message to people who are new to the county. And you know what it did? A lot of people fled. And what did that do? It crashed the home market in Prince William County 10 times worse than it needed to. It resulted in vacant houses all over the place. Real estate property values crashed. It destroyed the Prince William County economy. It made Prince William County the laughingstock of the United States of America, in fact. And people still point to that disaster that happened in Prince William County because of what we did, sending that message, or what Prince William County did, sending that message to those people. Now, you know, we have an opportunity. We can continue to send that kind of message. We can continue to say that Virginia is not open, that Virginia doesn't want people to come to this state, that Virginia does not like people who don't look like us or people that don't share our values. But the reality is, Mr. President, is that for states that have booming economies, for states that are open, states that have policies that embrace people, states that have policies that embrace people with new ideas, with new cultures, their economies thrive, their economies boom. And that's the kind of message that I think we need to send so this entire state can enjoy the same kind of success we've had in Northern Virginia. And I would encourage the body to vote against this bill so we don't send the wrong message.
Thank you.